All right, listen, guy. Come get you Theo. Theo's uses probiotics, which are healthy for your stomach.
Yeah,
you didn't know that.
Stomach, yeah,
and feta is naturally lower in fat. That is true. It's the most leanest fat. Theo's born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, but he manufactures his cheese in Wisconsin because he's a screwed kid. Now, Theo's is only available to the public for 2 years. I don't know why, but that's hilarious. The kid's looking for a score and he's getting out of the business.
it's what it is. He's probably going to jail.
Yeah. And he's already. It's only been available to the public for 2 years. So he's just started.
Crushing. No, Theo's feta cheese is. I got to be honest with you. He sent a whole care package for us here to the Comedy Cellar, and the Theo's feta cheese. Not only did we love it, but they started selling some of it in Comedy Cellar, and people are asking for more feta cheese.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's that good. So really, go get it.
Theo's feta cheese is the Chrissy D of feta cheeses because 2 years in, Chrissy was crushing it too.
Yeah, I'm just coming in. Yeah,
Yeah, you came in hot in comedy.
came in hot. Yeah.
So Theo's
also the feta cheese is gay.
and it's got a gay spirit. So Theo's
Just
is
hurry up and get
crushing.
because I want to do Lakeside Maple.
Yeah, and so Theo's is being
the
sold
reads are too long.
in over 2,000 plus supermarkets in New York City and throughout the Northeast.
My favorite is D'Agostino's.
Try to say it again.
D'Agostino.
Yeah, that's a kid who's never been in a fancy supermarket.
Yeah, no, I got.
Say C-Town. You can say that no problem.
Yeah, C-Town, no problem. So that means that the feta cheese can be bought with food stamps.
You can purchase Theo's at your local Key Food, Gristides, which is owned by a Greek, Big Y, King Cullen, where Chrissy's mom wishes he was shopping with his wife, who she still messages. Food Town, Met Foods.
Oh, yeah.
Agostino's.
She also listens to the pod.
Associated, C-Town, Super Fresh, Food Emporium, Food Universe, Gionta Meats Farm, Food Dynasty, Compare Foods, Pioneer, Crasdale, Bazzutos, CNS, and Porky's. And for anyone else who's not in the Northeast or New York area, you can go to Amazon, Amazon.com, and get Theo's Feta Cheese. It's theosfeta.com. Go to Amazon, go to their website, get yourself some fucking feta for yourself.
Feta. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the History Hyenas. I'm Chrissy Cackles. Yanni Takani is he's not here yet. He'll be here. I think that he's a little late because our guest for today is Matteo Lane, one of our great friend of the show. And I think if Yannis was here, it would all just be too gay. There's too much gay in the room if it's me, Yanni Takani, and Matteo. Also, we have Mike Suarez, of course, Mikey Mush. Hey. Zach Isis Fingers is here. And then the wonderful Venetia, are the leader of the matriarchy that keeps this train on the tracks. So before we start anything, as we do every show, everybody, let's get the gay out, except you, Matteo. Yes. Yes. Okay, we got it out. Now, Matteo Lane.
Yes.
Fucking listen. First of all, if you want to jerk off today, go to @Matteo Lane. Because that's where he's at 156,000 followers. He asked before the show, how does he get more? You guys, the History Hyenas, flood his fucking Instagram right now. Follow him @Matteo Lane. It's what I tuck my dick back and rub my penis clit to every night.
You have to warn them that I'm like, no, first of all, half of it's my artwork.
Yes.
And then the other half is my ass. So you just have to kind of pick and choose.
They're both amazing.
Yes. Now, Matteo said before, you said that you liked my comments on your
Yeah,
Instagram.
but they're always the best. And I think also people who follow me are like taken aback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I have some pretty forward, like if you look at this, like I have some very forward messages. I mean,
Right.
But then yours will always be like, I want to be your shit stain.
Right.
Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like an oddly fun, progressive comment.
Yeah, because listen, I see that. I look at this picture. You have bread in your ass crack.
Which John Milheiser did it for his baguettes account.
You're completely butt naked with a hat on. And, you know, I'm not gay, but there's definitely blood flow going to my cock right now because you're just a beautiful man. Giannis and I talk about this. Like, you can't deny beauty. You're just a beautiful man. You know what I mean? I'd eat that bread out of your ass. I'm not looking at, you know.
Your comment was literally, I will eat your ass.
Is that what I said? I will eat your ass?
Yeah,
Because it
I was
has
trying to
bread
find
in
it.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm not keto with this week. Yeah. So I mean it. Obviously, like, I love you like a brother. And yeah, you're so talented of a guy. I've talked about this before. I remember when you came over to cook for us in my new place. It was me, you, Mike Cannon, his wife, and my daughter, Delilah. And at one point, you were holding my daughter, stirring carbonara sauce, right? And drawing Delilah a picture of the Little Mermaid and also singing the Little Mermaid as perfectly as the actress who sang it could sing it. And my daughter just doesn't, like, her mind was blown. She was like, I love Aunt Matteo. And she does. She talks about you all the time.
Oh, that's cute. I need to come back.
Anytime.
I know we're both on the road though so much, so it's hard to like find time. But yeah,
during the week.
Back.
Yeah.
It is. Comics do have to just hang out in the week.
That's what we have to do. Every Tuesday night, I have her, and she stays over. So Tuesday night's the night for me and you to hang out.
Work.
With Delilah. So History Hyenas. Sometimes we talk about history topics. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we go wild. Do you like history?
I do. You know, and it's like I used to make fun of my dad because, like, growing up, all he would do is watch those, like, you know, I mean, just anything Hitler, World War II.
Oh my God.
Helicopter. My dad was a Vietnam vet. Also has 2 gay sons, so he's emotionally unavailable. But,
2 gay sons?
Yeah, because my older brother's also gay.
Wow.
I know.
That guy's got some gay sperm.
I mean, literally.
He's probably did some shit in Vietnam.
I actually think my dad 100% didn't.
I guarantee he cornholed some Vietnamese boy.
I think girl, maybe. My dad. It's so funny because I think there was a lot of prostitutes. But
Yannis's father used to bang Korean prostitutes all the time. He talked about it.
Yeah, his dad was in the Korean War.
His dad was in the Korean War.
How old is his dad?
His dad is 92.
Maron.
Yeah, and Yannis is 44. Both his mom,
Yannis is 44
or 43. Yeah,
he looks great.
Yeah, he does. Yannis's mom was like 45, and his dad was like 49 when they had him. He was a complete accident. Like, they were like high-powered lawyers, like career-driven maniacs, and Yannis just came out. That's why Yannis got a lot of emotional issues.
I can imagine.
Yeah, he's just all fucked up.
Well, my grandma had 7 kids, and the last one, I think she was like 44 when she had.
Yeah, it's V normal.
Yeah, maybe back then, like Italians and Greeks, like, you know, Catholic. Well, I don't know, but you're like Greek Orthodox. I was like kind of Catholic, but I don't even know what I was talking about.
You were talking about
your dad.
Yeah, you were just we're just talking about how your dad's balls are rainbow cookies.
Yeah, I think so. And my cousin's gay. I think it's my mom's side of the family, actually, because my mom, there's more gays than there are straight. Well, there's a lot of gays on my mom's side.
Speaking of your family, can we shout out your aunt? What's her name again?
My Aunt Cindy.
Auntie Cindy came to one of my shows in Las Vegas last month. I can't imagine. She was so sweet. And Auntie Cindy's friend was trying to openly have sex with me.
Which one?
I don't know. One of them, she was like, "Do you like older women?" And I was like,
God.
"Yeah." She was like, "Take me on the Ferris wheel. It'll be the best spin of your life." I was like, "Okay."
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot what her name was, but I wish I would have done it.
I mean, you would have had, I'm sure you had a good time.
Aunt Cindy is like,
my Aunt Cindy's the best. She's like my second mother. I grew up next to her.
But you're the best. I get like, you know, when I met her, I was like, oh, this is why Matteo is like, I could see like that you have such like a cool aunt, like a fun loving aunt. I'm like, this is where Matteo comes from.
Yeah, she's also the funniest, like one of the funniest people.
She was great.
Yeah.
She was wild. I remember, I remember her telling us too that she was like, she said something funny about how like everybody knew you were gay, like when you were like 3. She was like, he was the gayest 3-year-old.
Of course, me and her son Brian, we were like gay together, like because we would used to, well, all of us played Barbie, but we also like played mermaid, which what mermaid means is like all the gays, me and my brother, my cousin, and all the girls would like lay on rocks and be like, ah. And then my cousin Michael, the only straight one, just was like Scuttle and Prince Eric. I was like,
sure.
And we played with Barbies. I pretended I was Storm. My cousin Brian, her son, thought he was Jubilee. I mean, we were just like very gay kids.
Is Storm the go-to
for gays? Yes.
For gays, for gay men, Storm is the one.
Winds rise and sweep the thorns beneath our path. I talked about this morning on Jim and Sam. Yeah, she's like super gay. And in the X-Men cartoon shows, she might as well been played by RuPaul.
Right. Yeah.
She's a drag queen, essentially. Like her, Maleficent, like all the other gay icons. Halle Berry was awful. All these other gay icons are like, you know, they're sort of all drag queens in a way.
They are. Yeah. I mean, Halle Berry. Yeah. Looking at her now, she does look a little dragged out. I mean,
but she wasn't a good
straight
Storm.
guys. I mean, she's hot though.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Monsters Ball when she gets banged out by Billy Bob Thornton.
I can't believe they got away with a movie called Monster Ball. Like, I mean, like Jodie Foster had a movie called The Beaver, and no one made jokes about it.
Yeah.
The Beaver.
The
The
beaver.
lesbian director being like, I'm gonna direct the beaver.
The
Like you
beaver.
could have picked any other animal. No, I think I'm gonna go with the beaver.
You know, first of all, since I started comedy, I have a lot of I think I have at least 2 gay friends back home that just won't come out because it's too deep in Brooklyn. You're like, nah, I'm a fucking firefighter. I'm like, you're on fire.
Even
all
though
right.
they're in a sundress.
Yeah. But now comedy, you know, I was getting into comedy. I have so many gay friends. And I remember the craziest thing that's ever happened that I've ever seen in real life was 2 gay friends that I have, gay couple, and I was hanging out with them on the 38th floor of their apartment. And it was like, I remember this guy made one of the guys made fucking pesto dip, and it was awesome. I was like, I love pesto dip. And then they were like arguing. I could tell there was a problem. And then he comes out of the bedroom and he's like, did you fucking cheat on me? And the guy's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He goes, you fucking cheated on me. And everybody was kind of like drunk. And we're on the 38th floor and he's got the phone and he goes, tell me you fucking cheated on me. And I'm like, oh my, should I leave? But like, I want the pesto dip. And, you know, I'm like trying to eat the pesto dip quick because it's so fucking good. And he goes, tell me you cheated on me. He's like, tell me, did you give me AIDS? Did you give me fucking AIDS? And I was like, and then the guy was like, I gave you AIDS. And then I was like, do you guys have AIDS? Like, what's happening? And then the guy who was yelling goes, I bid you both a farewell, jumps off the 38th floor balcony. Okay? Jumps off. I thought he was going to throw the phone. He takes a step and jumps off like fucking Black Swan, hands out, jumps off. And then the other guy yells, no! It was like crazy. And then you hear, I was paralyzed with fear. 3 seconds later, you just hear, oh, my legs are broken. He fell. He had jumped off to fucking kill himself in front of us, and he landed on a balcony, on like a long balcony 2 stories below, and broke both of his fucking legs. It's 2:00 in the morning. This is all true. Everything I'm telling you is true. It's 2:00 in the morning. This is like 8 years ago, okay? It's 2:00 in the morning. I call 911. So as the EMTs are coming, he's 2 floors down. The person wasn't home. So they had to like break open the door. I'm up with the other guy, like, and they're talking to me like, just breathe, baby, just breathe. And I'm like, oh my God, still with the pesto dip. And then the EMT that shows up, out of all the fucking EMTs that the FDNY could send, the EMT that shows up is my cousin. My fucking first cousin. And I'm up on the 38th floor at 2:00 in the morning with 2 gay guys. One has his legs broken, 20 feet below, and I'm just fucking have pesto dip all over my face. And the first thing she goes, I won't tell your father. And I was like, oh my God.
Because that's the most dramatic story I've ever heard in my entire life.
But that's what happens when you hang out with the gays.
I've been hanging out with gays since I was 2, and I've never had that kind of drama. My best friends are drag queens.
No, I'm telling you, it was the best thing that ever happened. It's like a story that like, I almost forget that it even happened to me. Because that's how fucking wild it was.
That is the most, I am like uncomfortable. I've never been so, I'm uncomfortable.
Yes.
Are you okay? Are they okay?
That's the thing about gay guys is like what I fucking love about it. It's like that happened. They were yelling that they gave each other AIDS. I don't think either one of them have it. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I mean, one of them tried to kill himself in front of the other and then broke both of his legs, and they're still together. Why are they still together?
I don't know. I don't know.
They're still a couple.
I'm like, I
was not expecting this.
I'm in
I just
shock.
was like, oh, he's talking about pesto.
I literally have nothing to add to this. Like,
Okay.
I'm in
This is
shock.
wild.
I'm like so in shock. What a traumatizing experience.
I know.
I'm
It was
so
amazing.
sorry.
Yeah.
Me with my gay friends is like 4:00 in the morning playing Super Smash Brothers, kind of being bitchy towards each other. I've never had this experience before.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's always a good time with the gays. You know?
I don't think that's a good time.
Oh, okay.
I think it was
Well, it's always a great story,
traumatizing.
at least.
It's always a great story.
Well, a great story, sure.
Yeah.
But like, my God.
But
That's like better than Endgame.
okay, but let me
I mean, I can't even think of anything more dramatic besides the movie Stepmom.
yeah.
An unnecessarily dramatic movie.
What? Okay. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
So you said we said that maybe we talk about like Judy Garland
Which
today.
I completely forgot about, but I'm always ready to talk about.
Okay,
Judy
so
Garland.
Judy Garland. Who knows about Judy Garland? Do you know, Mike?
I only know
She's Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and
she's
Liza's
the
mom.
Wiz- Yes.
And whose mom?
Liza Minnelli. You have no idea who Liza Minnelli is?
I do. Wow, Judy Garland she could get cracked open.
Uh,
She had no
and she
fumes,
was.
Judy
is that,
Garland.
is that bad? Or, is that a bad or good thing?
Cracked open means if I say you get cracked open and cleaned out, it means like I can have sex. I'll have fucking sex with
Work.
you. Like you'll get fucking cracked open.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm fine with it. But I think there's
And no fumes meaning her genitals don't smell. You have no fumes either. You have a clean ass.
There's Liza.
Yeah.
Liza Minnelli. She was so funny. This is Liza. I can't believe you don't know. I do a perfect Liza.
Is she dead?
No.
Oh,
I should have died many times, but I'm still here.
so we have to get you. You have to meet Liza Minnelli.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Would you talk to her like that?
I would probably cry. And I have a video where I do Liza Minnelli, 73 Questions, Vogue magazine with Liza Minnelli. I dressed up as Liza. And God, gay and straight worlds are so different. You have no idea what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
I know.
Speaking Chinese.
I'm like, yeah. Well, did you watch the Giants game last night?
yes.
I used to be married, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
You did? Okay. Yeah, work. So there, yeah. So
Why is Liza Minnelli famous?
she's the daughter of Judy Garland and the daughter of Vincent Minnelli. Vincent Minnelli was a very famous MGM director, famously gay, but it was the 50s and 40s, so he was closeted. And so she was born, and she took on a lot of the characteristics of her mother. Great singer, great dancer, and she became ultimately famous for the movie Cabaret, which was directed by Fosse, and she was just phenomenal in that movie. And then she became a star, but then she had this big drug problem, and so it was like in and out of rehab and up and down with the weight. And so now she's like, she had brain encephalitis, and then she married David Guest, and that fucked up wedding. And so at this point, she's a little bit of a lot of a caricature of herself. She was on the Home Shopping Network, laying like she was in Traction, and she was like trying to hawk whatever bullshit jewelry, and she was so fucked up that the host was like, "All right, we have Doris on the line. Doris is from Georgia. Doris, say hi to Liza Minnelli." Liza goes, "Hello, Georgia from Doris." She's fucked up.
Awesome.
So, and I sort of became enamored by her because I remember, like, right before 9/11 was the Michael Jackson 30th anniversary special, and they just wheeled out from good stars to bad stars. I mean, it was just a shit show. It was a shit show, and one of them was Liza Minnelli, and I had no idea who she was.
It's funny that that's what you remember right before 9/11.
Oh,
It's the fucking Michael Jackson 30th tribute.
I'll never forget that.
I remember Michael Jordan fucking signing with the Wizards.
You know what's funny is I know a lot about Michael Jordan because and Mariah Carey sang "Hero" to him, and he cried. But yeah,
Was he gay, Michael Jackson?
Was he gay? Well, I'm not an authority to say whether he was or wasn't gay, but I would, just sort of focus on a photo of him, and you can sort of come to your own.
Yeah.
But Liza came out. She had just suffered brain encephalitis, and so she had this big wobble in her voice, and she's saying "You are not alone," and had like chicken legs, and she was such a mess. Like, "You are not alone."
Can we play that? Do we have that?
Go to YouTube. It's there.
Just put in Liza Minnelli.
She even has a song called "It's Liza with a Z, not Lisa with an S," because Lisa with an S goes snot zzz. And she was so shitty, right? But I, even as a seventh grader or sophomore in high school, I was drawn to her. I was like, there's something about this tragic figure with this big wobble, and I'm like, I'm drawn to her. And then, of course, I get older and like, she's one of the biggest gay icons of all time. Just skip in the middle and you'll see. She fucks with the lyrics. She sounds like beef jerky.
Yeah, let me hear.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Watch her leg here. Ready? This is the only dance move she does. Her chicken leg just comes out. Bam.
She just moved. Can we post that, Mikey? Yeah. We'll send it. Look at this.
And I love everything about this.
Is it like?
I wish I could do this.
Or everybody knows that this is a shit performance.
I mean, listen to me.
I know, but sometimes I feel like
Well, you know what it is? It's like because she's such a legend. And if you just can you do me a favor and Google Liza Minnelli Cabaret Live in 1980, and you can hear what she actually was.
Right.
But I think because when you get like these singers that it's like she should have died 1,000 times, right, with the drugs and the brain encephalitis and the addiction, and she did. The first one's good. Just skip like 3/4 of the way through, and but because she's still out there, like it's like all right, you're in. We're in.
And
The stop one?
What?
This top one?
Top one and skipped like
Okay.
75% the way through.
3, yeah.
And you'll see, she was very captivating. I also look a lot like her. We both have the same Italian, like wop eye. And you'll see. But we used to be very talented. And she was so much like her mother. It was haunting. And that's why because Liza is one of 3 kids, but we picked Liza as to be Judy's daughter. So like, I think the gays just swarmed her. Judy died an early death at 47.
How'd she die?
And that drugs,
right. It's always
pills
drugs,
and
right?
drugs. And so, Liza was like the sort of the Phoenix Rising of Judy. And then she suffered the same consequence. But this would be the best she ever was.
All right.
I made my mind up back in Chelsea when I I'm feeling like Chelsea. Stop admitting from cradle to tomb. It isn't that long a stay. Life is a cabaret auction. It's only a cabaret auction, and I love a
I have a wig on in the video. If you go to Liza,
Oh, you did this?
Well, no, I'll show you. Go to Liza Minnelli's 73 Questions. Bob the Drag Queen directed it and had like 20 wigs for me to pick from. And I look just like her, but I kept the mustache.
Yeah, we got to. That's your icon. Like that's you. It's the mustache. Is
There,
you.
the second one.
That's awesome.
And I picked like a fucked up Liza, like after brain and stuff, after everything.
Yeah, go to
Hip
73
replacement.
Questions with Liza Minnelli on YouTube's.
There's 2 of them.
Look at Matteo.
Can we get a tour of your house?
Yes, come this way. Just have to move it. They always say I'm the Judy's kid from the waist up, the Tin Man from the waist down.
This wig he has on is sick.
Love this section of my house. I got most of my sweaters from Steve Jobs.
How would you describe your personal style?
I usually just like to throw on the fruit roll-up. Because now instead of putting everything aside.
When did this come out?
I did it like a couple months ago.
Fucking Vogue magazine, baby.
Yeah, we called it Vague magazine.
Vague magazine.
73 Questions with Liza Minnelli.
Where'd you guys film that?
At my friend Mitch's house.
That looks like a nice house.
Yeah, but Liza, Judy was undoubtedly more talented than Liza. I mean, she was just a phenomenon. I mean, and she's the ultimate gay icon, and she just represents tragedy and somewhere over the rainbow and the lyric, all this stuff.
Because they worked her to death, basically.
Oh my God! So when she was 2, her mother put her on vaudeville. They had to move from town to town because her dad was molesting boys, and so
it happens.
So they had to move from town to town. Her mother beat the shit out of her, so she was performing with her sisters. They were called the Gum Sisters. Then at 11, she got put into MGM, and I'm sure she was terribly sexually abused there. And her mother already started her at 11 on diet pills and sleep pills because you had to make like 15 movies a year. So every time she had to wake up, they gave her a pill. Every time she had to go to sleep, they gave her a pill. So by the time she was 20, she was so fucked up. And then she got married and thought she could escape. And then the family forced her to get an abortion. And then she was electric shock therapy.
They had abortions back then? What did you do?
Go to a doctor and get it taken
What would they
care
do?
of.
I'm going to say, did they just stick a fucking like a hook up
No,
there?
they had they knew what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
so I think by the time.
but there was no pill. They had to surgically take that fucker out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
It was
shit.
pretty common because like with the studio MGM, they were saying that a lot of actresses would get pregnant and for their image not to be ruined, they would help out.
Can you imagine mother forcing you to get an abortion when you're like, I don't want to? And then I know by the time she was it was the 1960s, she was just a shriveled up mess. But she could always sing. She could sing till she died. But then she died at 47. She just looked like 100.
So Judy had more talent than Liza.
I think so.
But Liza's more famous than Judy.
No, Judy's more famous.
Judy's more famous.
But Liza's incredibly talented. But Judy, if you really watch Judy, it's like Judy.
Because I know Judy because I used to watch, because the movie, my grandpa used to watch me, and the movies I used to watch on repeat were Wizard of Oz,
Faggot.
Little Women, and Pretty Woman.
Faggot.
Yeah, absolutely. Gay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like very much like, we've talked about Yannis, he tries to pick my brain apart in here all day, every day. I certainly, I've said this many times on the podcast, I certainly fall in love with men but have sex with women. I'd much rather when we all hung out at my house, I remember, you know, it was great, cooked the dinner, loved it. We're all having just the guys were having such a great in-depth conversation over red wine. And then I put my daughter to sleep and I had a girl come over and blow me on the love sack while she was sleeping because I just was so horny that I needed it. And and the reason why I got all horned up is because you were over my house.
Cooking carbonara. You're very comfortable in yourself. And not a lot of men are like that. There's sometimes you walk in a room and you can just feel like certain guys, like they like shut down.
No.
And it's like you're the exact opposite. And it's almost jarring because you're very good looking and very like well known and respected and stuff. So you never know. Because I remember the first time I met you, I was like 2 years into comedy, and you were on Girl Code, and you were at Caroline's, and I never met you before, and then I saw you, and you are kind of a presence.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, that's the Chris Distefano.
Oh, thank you.
How do you say
Distefano.
Okay,
Distefano.
so I say it that way too.
Yeah. But I'm not. But yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm comfortable. No, like, I'm not.
Ticani.
Yo, Yannis Ticani just walked in. You got to take a piss. Yeah, Yanni's 44 years old and his prostate's starting to shrivel up.
Look, I have prostatitis.
You do? Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Because my prostate's. I have to pee all the. I ruined Colin Quinn's show because I had to pee, and he only forgave me because he also has prostatitis.
Yeah, if you want to do a little blow, I'll take a fucking peek in the back room at the prostate. I think what it is with me is like, I'm not gay at all, but like, I fucking celebrate gay life. Like I was telling you a story before the show about how some fucking flight attendant on my flight yesterday was like openly like, almost like I'm fucking me. And she was making me feel uncomfortable because I had my daughter and she was just talking like, asking me all these questions like, are you a single dad? It was like weird. And then she messaged me on Instagram because I didn't respond to her. She messaged me on Instagram, found my Instagram. She goes, oh, hey, like, let's hang out next time in New York. But just quick question. Are you bisexual? I was like, what? I was like, why would you think that? And she was like, I don't know, just your Instagram. You say a lot of like borderline gay shit. I was like, I'm not fucking bisexual, but
also it's kind of rude of her.
Yeah, I know. I was like, but also, don't fucking talk to me like that again or I'll fuck your brother in the ass and yell Trump 2020.
魏忠贤
114.
I'm still as a Chicagoan, I'm still fascinated by the East Coast. Like you're so East Coast. You're New York East Coast. Like it's just I didn't grow up with anybody like you. I didn't hear people talk like you.
But I got to be honest with you, man. As far as comedy goes, in my opinion, and just as far as a city, like at least aesthetically, it's a mirror. Chicago and New York are mirror cities to me. I'm doing my second special in Chicago. I've already made that decision. They have everything. They have the Puerto Ricans. They have the blue collar, the white collar, the fucking fandom. They have
also
the
world's
food.
Fourth largest skyline.
They have everything. They have Boys Town. They have everything.
Oh, Boys Town.
I know.
Modon. How many nights I've had there?
It's honestly going through Boys Town. I was like, this is one of the best neighborhoods I've ever seen.
Well, it's different than like
it's different.
It's you know it's even different than the Castro in San Francisco. Like New York doesn't have like a gay street like that.
Yes.
You know, New York is so everything.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely Hell's Kitchen. You walk around, it's gonna be like girl. You know, like you can see like.
Boys Town is like a designated gay area. It's like you are entering the gay zone.
Yes.
Plug up.
That's why nothing is on time. Nothing works. The food's all right. Like, you know, gays we're just, we're very bad at keeping businesses together. We're very good with drinks and putting on shows.
Yeah.
That's what we're good at.
Yeah, Yanni, we're about 20 minutes in. I mean, now I got the fucking chain out.
Look, this is just it's
Yanni's
too much.
in here. Yanni Takani's
It's too much.
Cuz I'm from Bay Ridge.
Cuz I just took a piss and I made noises. I'm at that age where I have to make a noise when I piss. It feels that good. It's almost worth it to hold the piss. For how good it feels when I piss.
Yeah, cuz Matteo just called us.
You look like a fucking doorman from 1996 in Coney Island.
Matteo,
get out of here.
Matteo told us he likes bears, and you're coming in with a full fucking face of hair.
I didn't say like bears.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I prefer like I don't know.
Am I a twink?
No.
Okay.
You're not.
I don't know. I forgot.
Not even semi-close to a twink.
I told him. We told him all about who I am as a gay man.
Yeah, I apologize for coming in that hot. I just saw Judy Garland on the screen.
Wait a minute. You saw the Judy movie?
No, I'm just seeing
sorry.
that. I'm
this one. Of course, we talked
you see
about
Matteo
Judy.
puckered up?
I know. I was like, how? Renee Zellweger. Good for her.
Yanni, we've talked about this, and I haven't said this yet, but we've talked about.
Can you put the chain away, please? I can't look at you.
No, the chain's out, the jaw's out.
I
so
can't.
I'm just fucking ready to go. All right, because I can say whatever I want within reason now. Because Venetia Matteo's here. She'll tell me to fucking scale back if she wants to.
Yeah, but Matteo's here. You should have a little respect for his Italian culture and put the fucking chain away because you're looking like an Italian stereotype right now. And this kid knows how to sculpt, paint.
Yeah.
And he's got a fucking fine pair of buns.
Right before you walked in, I said I was going to fuck a guy in the ass and yell Trump 2020. So it's just what it is.
Wei
Shang-Chi and Ladder 14.
Yeah.
I was going on to tell Matteo about how you and I have spoken about this, about how we feel Matteo, out of all our comedian friends, everybody, just top to bottom, is the most all-around talented person we know.
This is what I like
because of
about
everything:
Matteo.
singing, dancing, comedy, cooking, looks, language speaking.
Why do I still live in a studio?
Well,
because we got a fucking demo. Because don't worry about it. Fucking 4 years, you'll be out of there. Trump, more 4 years of fucking Trump.
Ladder 14.
Ladder 14's character piece.
Should I put the? No, I'm keeping the chain.
No, you got to put it away.
No, I want to fucking
disturbing me
because you got an American flag on your fucking shoulder.
I don't know. The better you're doing in your career, the worse you're making your outfits look.
What do you mean?
You look like a guy would come up to me like, "Hey, guy, how do I get in your skits? What you doing a lot of skit work? I see you traveling the world.
What do you think? Chain in or chain out, Matteo? What do you like?
You know what's so funny?
Because you look like you're opening for me in New Jersey right now.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice the chain.
See?
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That maybe because I have like WAP vision, so I don't know. I can't quite
Right.
you know what I mean. It's almost like I see my grandma's living room and I don't realize how ridiculous it is until someone else sees it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "This is out of control."
I notice when the chain's out, I say guy.
Yeah.
When the chain's in, I don't say guy.
Yeah. You're the reason why I didn't notice a change is because he doesn't even really see you.
Yeah.
You're kind of just like a smudge of trash that's in his line of vision.
No, he told me
now.
I'm a presence before.
You're a presence, but he's being nice because he's like a classy kid who knows.
Right.
This is why I like Matteo. He's the classiest comedian in New York City, maybe the country.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
You're very classy.
You summer in Italy.
Ryan
Hamilton is hiding dead. Yeah, he's got a dead hooker under his bed.
Ryan Hamilton's got a dead hooker under his bed, and we did a whole podcast with him last week, and we can't fucking release it because he's a fucking Mormon fucking. It was a snooze fest anyway.
Yeah. He's one of those kids that's pretending like, he just doesn't
He's
curse
like,
or have
yeah,
impure thoughts.
religion. I'm clean. Because if you're a clean comedian, there's just something a little off with you.
Yeah, you're hiding something.
Yeah.
I know.
它就是他的本质。
That's just,
I'm the farthest from a clean comedian.
And it's fucking the way it should. I mean, listen, clean comedy's great, but it's like,
it's
what are
hard
we
to
doing
do.
in 2019?
I know. Well, I also have not. What would I be clean about?
Yeah.
You can't be clean. You got fucking bread in your ass on Instagram.
I do. Yeah, my Instagram is as dirty as my fucking.
Kill!
Because
Matteo's body looks like a sculpture from antiquity. Now,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. I know you're married, but say you weren't married. Just say you weren't married. It's an honest question.
Your wife's hot, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Smoking.
Actually, Matteo's the litmus test, I believe.
Yeah.
I feel straight. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of my interests, maybe not.
Right.
But Matteo, if you're a kid out there who wants to know whether he's gay or straight,
Yeah.
you go to Matteo Lane's Instagram. If you get a little pewing, means you're gay.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm straight because there's nothing hotter than his Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, it is fucking pewing on its own.
Pewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go there and I look at Matteo and I appreciate it for artistic merit. So I know I'm a straight. I know I'm a straight kid.
Yeah.
I don't want to bang him out. I just want to fall asleep on his abs. Is that weird?
It's weird. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Would you rather have, say you're not married.
Yeah.
Would you rather have sex?
Yeah.
Sex with a woman who's got Matteo's body but a puss, or sex with a woman who's got Matteo's body but
Matteo
she has
had a puss. Yeah.
Or Kelly Ripa.
You're basically saying if my wife had a piece.
Yeah.
Or if Matteo had a puss,
Right.
I'm banging my wife with a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because
doesn't bother me.
Because we talked about on the phone. Yanni posted some videos. Well, you're fucking wild posting videos of your wife doing fucking squats on Instagram. I mean, we got some sick puppy fans.
I know. There's some sick puppies out
and
there.
you're a sick fucking puppy. Because,
I'm a sick puppy.
Because Mrs. Pappas, if you're listening right now, which I know you are, because you don't want to pay for the Patreon, because you guys need a house and you just got one, so you can't afford the Patreon right now. I get it.
I feel like I'm in a pinball machine.
Yeah. So what happens?
We go 100 miles
when
an
Yanni
hour.
comes in, it's just a different
Chris
speed.
kicks it up another notch. Yeah.
So we were having a great time talking about Judy Garland, but now it's time to get really gay.
Okay. I don't think you can get much gayer.
Now that Yanni's here, my asshole opens up. So what I want to tell you, Takani, is
Zach is too loud.
we got all the gay out except Matteo. I told him to keep it in.
He can't get rid of it.
So what I know for a fact, Mrs. Pappas, if you're listening, is all that time you're going to the gym, all those protein shakes, how beautiful your body is and how you sculpt your body, and I know you're doing it for your husband. If it's not going to grow you a dick, it doesn't matter. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yanni wants a woman with a penis.
Yeah.
And it's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a custom-made woman for me. Yeah.
Yeah, Yannis is attracted to transsexuals.
I'm a sapien.
Are you?
I don't know, but
Good
I know
for
that
you.
Mark Ronson is.
He's not.
You're
he's
very
not afraid
open
of a
in your
dick.
sexuality.
Mateo's not afraid. I'm sorry, Yannis is not afraid of a woman with a penis. That's no
I'm
problem.
attracted to female. Whatever appears feminine is what I'm attracted to. I'm not attracted to the masculine form.
Well, I'm about a vagina. For me, it needs a puss to have sex with it. Like I said,
But you will Google basketball players without their shirt on.
That I do.
Yeah.
But that's more about me. That's more about me.
Waiting for your father to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once his father dies, he says he can come out.
Once his father dies, I'm gonna get a phone call at 2:00 in the morning. Just being like,
you're
up.
gonna get a text and say, meet me at West Elm right now. I want to go pewing for some ottomans.
Yeah.
That's what
right.
you're out. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Chris gets so much puss.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Like you are no pun intended, ridiculous. Like you are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I saw one that we're at the cellar and we're chatting away and I look over and it's like someone wrote it in a movie. Chris is sitting at a table in the middle of 5 beautiful women.
Yeah.
And it just looked like you in like a chicken pen, like I mean, they were all pining for your attention and you just were smiling like a kid on Christmas.
But I'm telling you, that's a beautiful thing. But if I could snap fingers and be watching a sunset in Tuscany with you, I would do it. Having a great conversation.
Yeah, and
I
here's
would
the thing.
rather get out of that situation and not when we go sleep at separate hotels, but I'd rather have a conversation with you watching the sunset in Tuscany talking about life. That would get me more
Because you're
horned
not
up
getting a
than
separate
those
hotel.
5 girls.
You're getting the same.
Yeah.
You don't even get a separate hotel room when Sergio's on the road.
Yeah, we're
with
just
you.
going to get double beds and we'll go head
and
to
there's
toe.
nothing for you to
That's
talk
fine.
about with Sergio.
Yeah, Sergio can't even speak English.
Yeah.
He gets beaten up too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're gonna turn Magic Johnson gay.
Yeah.
In other words, you're gonna get so much push, you're gonna come around the other side.
Yeah, it's
because
just
there's
what it is.
nowhere else to go.
I'm going to John Travolta it.
Yeah, the universe is balanced, so you're going all the way to the other side, and then when you come around, it's a guy's ass.
Yeah, like Magellan. I'm going to circumnavigate till I get back to guys.
Back to guys, and it's just what it is. Now, let me get back to the reason why I love Matteo.
There's many reasons, but what's number one?
Okay, comedy's a trashy profession.
Trash.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a fucking.
Look around the table. There's 3 comedians sitting here
Yeah.
right here. Right. I'm not even. Mateo's more than a comedian. He's a specimen amongst other.
Mateo's an entertainer. It's a different thing.
Mateo's a comedian amongst other things.
Mateo would be and should be famous in any generation.
Do you remember we made
Except
be.
for this one.
Well, yeah, because
The one I'm allowed to be out in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you'll fucking
You're
get there
coming
once all this fucking shit stops and we get
Once
4
Joe
more years
come-
Trump 2020.
Yeah.
God.
Once Joel Kim Booster's show fails, it's you next.
Oh,
so
I
don't worry
love
about
Joel
it.
Kim Booster.
I love him.
Right.
Too. I actually
I
like
love
Joe
him
Kim
too,
too,
yeah.
but he's not as hot as you. I'm fucking say that right
He's
now.
hot.
I mean, for an Eastern Hemi, he's a good-looking kid, but
Joel
he's not
Kim
as hot as you.
Booster is
Yeah, but
hot.
I'm telling you, cuz you'll
And
get
that's
cracked
that.
open
He's got
way quicker.
a perfect face, perfect hair, perfect body.
So do you.
He is.
You got everything,
hot.
cuz, but he can't cook and dance like you.
Well, I don't know. I don't actually think Joel can cook, but he can dance better than I can.
Yeah, well,
he's a good dancer.
So I'll fucking bang him out. I'll marry you.
Okay, we'll have a triple date.
Yeah.
you, me, and Joel.
Absolutely.
So comedy's kind of a trashy profession that lets
Yeah.
anyone in.
Yeah.
Kids who sit on the floor,
Doesn't matter.
whatever functioning mental illness you
Yeah.
have, comedy will open
Yeah.
its door for you if you got a little charisma.
That's what it is.
And nowadays, you don't even need the charisma. You don't even need to be a funny kid.
Right.
You can get in. It's for everybody. It's a real
Right.
trashy. Stand up and tell jokes to people. Trashy.
Trashy.
Mateo's doing it kind of like as one of his things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you go to his Instagram, he's like, you can see where he's performing, and it's great. And then he gets on stage, he'll tell a bunch of great jokes, and then he'll sing opera.
Right.
Because the kid knows how to sing opera.
Right.
Right? Then he'll lift up his shirt and show you a fucking 12-pack like a black teenager.
Yeah.
Kid is cut like a black teenager
No, yeah.
wearing jeans and Timbos playing
Absolutely.
basketball on a Sunday.
Yeah, no.
Even though I can't do any of those things.
I
Yeah,
know.
But you're cut like a black
You're
teenager.
cut like a black
Okay.
teenager.
Then he'll start talking Italian to you and pretend like he's from Italy when really
Yeah.
he's from probably like Syracuse, New York, and he decided to learn Italian.
Just
I
like
was
he
just in
just like he pretends his name's Mateo and it's Matthew.
It's Matthew, but so
Let's be honest.
his
and his
whole-
last name's not even Lane.
his whole
I mean,
life-
the kid's
my-
name's fucking Matthew Cunningham. He's from Chicago, kid.
My dad is Irish and my mom's Italian Mexican.
But what's your actual real birth name?
Oh, it's Matthew. I went by Matteo when my Aunt Cindy
Because I
gave
heard
it
your
to
name's
me-
Joey Simmons.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I heard,
My name is Lauren. No, my Aunt Cindy, when Facebook came out, I was living in Italy for 5 months because I was at a painting school. And I came back. That's
my point.
And they had when Facebook was coming out, I remember that my Aunt Cindy said, "Don't use your like legal name because your jobs, like if you get a job, they look at pictures of you drinking and then you whatever."
Smart.
So my cousin Kelly changed hers to like K something, and then I just put down Matteo because that's what I'm called in Italy, and then it just stuck ever since I was 18.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. So
it's yeah,
It's like my Lady Gaga.
right.
Yeah.
And he could speak Greek.
No,
he was
I
speaking
can't.
Greek.
I don't. Hi, how are you?
But he was ripping it with Greek.
I know how to say Nick has one goat.
Yeah. If he wants to learn Greek, he'll learn Greek. He's
He's a superior human. Truly.
He truly is.
He's like no. I'm telling you.
Truly.
Like, I'm telling you. Like the gifts that you have.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
Yeah.
I'm being serious. Giannis and I've spoken about this. You're super like human.
Just put the chain in. I want to see if you feel it because he seems a little uncomfortable. Just put the chain in.
Put the
Well,
chain
no,
in.
I've had a
But
bad
here's the
week
thing
all
is,
week,
what
so
do you-
this feels I'm like.
But what do you
uncomfortable
want?
with how
But
nice
what do you
this is.
want? You can have chain out. You can have chain out, and I'm acting like a Guido talking about cement, and then I put chain in, and then I get a little German.
I have the chain out.
Yeah, it's bad.
You like more emotional.
Yeah.
Germans
Okay, because
aren't very
chain in, I'm
emotional.
going to start talking about some ideas I have for some cleanups.
Yeah. He's a German kid, unfortunately. Yeah, Matteo's Italian. You guys teamed up once before and tried to take out me and Venetia, and it didn't work.
And it just didn't
It
work.
didn't work.
Yeah.
Especially Matteo's people that got beat back into Albania.
World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we're
if-
not very good at fighting, but
No.
we're very good at cooking.
Yeah.
And art and fashion and
Yeah.
cars and singing and history and language
Yeah.
and
Everything.
everything.
I mean, yeah.
except like, we have 7-hour lunches. That's where our
You got a
economy's
little
in the
problem
tank.
with efficiency, I would say.
Oh, we're never on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
How many
problem.
times have you been to Italy?
Probably like 15.
True. Back and forth 15 times. I mean, and when you go, like, do you just know it now? Like, it's like a second home to you.
Well, I used to go to Sicily because we have family in Sicily and like family friends in Sicily. And so I would go to our family's from this tiny town called Montevago, where like their only history is an earthquake that happened 60 years ago. And that's all they talk about. And they actually left the ruins. They just built a new town next to the ruins. So they bring you back to the ruins and be like, this is where they all died. And then my aunt wears like a brace that she doesn't even need on her leg, I think just so people bring up the earthquake. And so I go to Messina where we have family friends and kids
Right.
my age. And we just go to the beach and hang out. And
Have you ever been to Italy in like the winter months or fall?
yeah, I went to Italy. I've been there in November and December. I was in Rome. And
Is it nice there at that time?
I actually kind of like it because in the summer, I went in July this year, and it's just like there's so many tourists. I mean, it's hordes and hordes of tourists just walking around, ruining everything. You don't get a quite, Rome can be kind of like a calm city.
Because what about me, you, and my daughter to go to Rome?
I would love it.
Seriously.
I'm
That'd be
dead
fucking.
serious.
Well, it's like a gay couple that
I
adopted
go
Delilah.
all the time, and one of my very good friends, Claudio, lives there, and he's like a judge
Claudio.
in Rome. And
What's
he's
his
like,
name?
Claudio.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get cracked open on the fucking steps.
Oh, you would love Claudio. He like has a little dog and smokes everywhere, and
Yeah,
It's very rare you hear a name that's hot.
That's
you don't
hot,
even have
yeah.
to see the guy like Claudio.
Yeah, that
My
name,
friend Claudio's come. I'm peeing already.
I was gonna say I got a little pewing.
Yeah.
I may have. Yeah.
I had dinner or lunch with was so Italian. It's the opposite of America. Where I was in Rome with my friend Giovanni, where all his friends from Rome, and everyone was straight, but me and my friend Giovanni. And it's just so funny the way straight men behave there because we got lunch, and here we'd be like, "You guys want to order Thai food? Great." There it was like, "We're having lunch." So then we went out to the store. We got all the appetizers. We got the pasta. We got, we're going to have this kind of sauce. They're all arguing over the food. We get home. They bring out the table. They put down the tablecloth. They get the fizzy wine, the fizzy water, the normal water, the wine. I'm cooking the pasta. Everyone rips their shirts off because it's hot. So we're all walking around the house. We get everything set up. We have our antipasti. And then we wait. We have the pasta. Then we have dessert. Then everyone takes a nap. Then everybody wakes up. They make coffee. I'm like, this would never happen in
But you guys were
America.
out. That was a lunch break.
Yeah,
It was just a normal lunch.
But that's how life should be lived.
They enjoy life. Now in Europe,
They enjoy the pleasurable things in life.
they do. The Italians and Greeks too, but Italians the most, and Italians are
Italians,
number
yeah.
one. But in Europe, they usually, when you go to a restaurant, they say, "Would you like flat or with gas?" Sometimes they say gas. So Germany's the exception.
What
where
does
they
that mean? Flat is with gas.
With gas means with bubbles. Because they didn't,
Okay.
and if
Fizzy
you're-
water.
Yeah,
Yeah, because gas means something different to the Germans.
yeah. When they were Germans, I
Wait,
went to-
she a ladder 14.
Yeah,
Wei
I went to
Zhong, Wei
Germany.
Zhong
I
Zhan.
told them, I said, tell your whole country to change this. You can't say with gas.
Yeah.
It's not it. You can say it in Italy. You can say it in Greece. You can say it in, it's Serbia.
Yeah.
But when I go to Germany, I want you to say seltzer or water.
It's what it is.
Yeah, the word gas has to be removed from your lexicon.
Yeah, my daughter asked me yesterday on the plane, what nationality we were, and then we had to have a conversation.
Yeah.
I had to explain to her that she's Puerto Rican.
She's definitely Puerto Rican.
She's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
But then I started talking about Germany and what that means.
Yeah.
And it
But
got
did you grow up culturally Italian?
He's German.
I just grew up culturally white trash from fucking Ridgewood.
That's what it
Queens.
is.
I
Yeah.
just grew up culturally an electrician.
Yeah.
Shout out Local 3.
He didn't meet a Jewish person until he was 23, no exaggeration.
Swear to God.
You're from New York?
No, but honestly, Matteo, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like because I went to Catholic school my whole life, but then uncovering my Ancestry.com and finding out I'm majority German, I think my mother and the family, as sweet as they are, were just keeping me from the Jews.
How much German are you?
Like, it's a ridiculous, it's overwhelming the majority of my DNA.
He gets disgusted by certain people who look a little ethnic. It's in there. It's in the DNA, and everyone knows it.
You
can't change the
No, I
Germans.
love all cultures, and I love it. I love everybody.
It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's just in there. You can't look, we live in a time where everyone wants to take away what nature is. He's a German kid. It's in their nature to want to spread.
Hallo, ich heiße Distefano, ich bin auf Berlin und ich bin ein Deutschland.
Even the language sounds like he's up to something. When you hear someone talk like that, you're like, that kid
das
is
ist
up to
richtig.
something.
Wir haben ein Problem heute und das ist musikalischen Montag. And that's my German teacher who would always say that.
Yeah.
How do you fucking know so many languages?
Yeah,
I took German in high school.
He's
You're
got
just
a
a
different
run-of-the-mill
brain.
stand-up.
I took German.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is like
He's got a different brain.
I do feel like I have been so depressed this week. Trust. So
Why?
I want to hear all about it.
What's going on?
I'm just trying. You know what it is? It's like we'll get into it later. But I just feel like with stand-up, when I started stand-up, I was just singing on stage, and then slowly I was like, I have to do jokes, and now I go on stage and I truly feel like a comedian. But I still wonder if people like give me that look of like, he's just. I don't know. I get very worried about it because I'm like comedy is so.
That's why I like
so
you.
serious about comedy, and I'm but I wonder if I don't know if it's a gay thing or this. Sometimes I wonder if I get like a little. Like, he's doing that thing. I'm like, but
That's what a
comedian.
true artist does. And we all have, if you're really an artist and have the soul of an artist, you always question yourself.
Yeah.
It means you don't want to be a fraud. We always have that fraud thing.
Yeah. And I try to be the least fraud as possible. But I think, I don't know. It's like paying your dues. And I feel like I've done a good job so far.
Yeah. You just
Absolutely.
keep going and you just keep ripping off your exoskeleton.
Point is like your comedy, the comedy is, you're an amazing comedian. Go see Matteo Lane wherever he is.
Well, you know what it is?
But
I have to balance every night. Like, okay, if I talk about being gay or I talk about dating, like, am I going to be the gay comic? Am I just a normal comic? Is this too gay? Is that too inside? What can I talk about? Can I mention these things? Like, if I go on the road and there's 300 gay men out there, I can do 5 minutes on Liza Minnelli. When I'm at the Cell every night, I don't. So there's like this weird balance. And then when I'm here, I'm trying to build material that's like maybe more universal. And then sometimes I have like, I'm writing this joke right now about how I think straight apps are gayer than gay apps. Because gay apps are like, at least it's honest. Like, here's my dick. I'll see you in 5.
Yeah.
And straight apps are like, what are your dreams? And it gets a laugh with straight people. And it's not working with gay people now when I go on the road. So I'm like this constant weird balance.
Yeah,
of
but
like,
let's be honest. Listen, I've spent 40 minutes in here saying I love and support the gays, but they don't make up a big percentage of society. So I would just fucking focus on the straights and the heteros.
No, they make up a huge, and I'm happy to have gay people because
but I'm saying for comedy wise. No,
Yes.
I'm just saying comedy wise. It's
like
just do your jokes. If the gays, my point is, if a joke, we're just talking about jokes,
right?
If the gays don't get it, that's not as big of a problem as the straights not getting it.
Well,
for comedy, for laughter, for who's coming to see
I
you.
know, but sometimes I want to just talk about Liza Minnelli.
So just talk about fucking Liza Minnelli. I'm a fucking straight kid. I laugh my fucking balls off.
Do what you want.
You know what is cool is like when I go on the road, it is very cool to see gay men come out to see comedy because there's never really truly been an open gay male comic mainstream. And I'm not saying that I am, but like
you will be.
It's starting to have like me and Joel and Solomon Georgia. Like there's all these great gay comics who are starting to do it, and it's just very cool because we used to watch women like Joan Rivers and Kathy Griffin and Margaret Cho, and we were always, we sort of saw ourselves through women. I was never a fan of stand-up as a kid because I just didn't get it. We
have a relative, like I would say a good percentage of our fans are gay men on History Hyenas.
Well, I know you have a big gay following.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got a lot of gay men.
When I was 21.
Yeah.
I remember my friend Isam, who's from the East Coast and is Italian. He was like, "Oh, we gotta." You gotta watch this, and I was so blown away by it. And then when I met you, it didn't even connect.
Yeah,
I was
people
like, oh
don't know what to make with me, and that's their problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter, she does, her brain is still forming, and she calls him Aunt Yannis because she just doesn't understand.
And that's what but I've experienced that like with Maurisa when I remember we did the first time we did Chicago Improv. It was all Greeks, and I didn't know, and and Maurice went out, and it just bombed. They didn't even know what was going on.
But she's also very that's very almost like we play like Bronx.
Yeah, but
like Marisa, like it's a East Coast thing. Like Chicago. I told you, Chicago, we don't that doesn't exist.
And also
Greeks
Greeks
are the original gays, though.
But Greeks are
well, you know the Greeks.
Yeah, but they're also it's ironic because Greeks, you look at their history, you hear it was very liberal sexually during a certain period in antiquity, but they're some of the most closed-minded people when it comes to that.
Really?
So,
but they're all closeted gays.
Well, that's what it is. Closeted gays are. You know,
I went to this Greek restaurant in LA last week, and there was this waiter who was Greek and from Greece, and he was so hot. I was like, if you were like, eat my shit, I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah, put a little feta crumble on it and let's go.
I mean, anything he asked, I would have done it.
Yeah.
It was just so fucking hot. But then Greeks are Greeks. You have to like be Greek to date Greeks. I feel like Greeks are very specific about the way they date.
For sure.
Right.
I mean, when Venetia first came in here, you know, Chris had the usual, like he was looking at lunch meat, like, you know,
yeah.
I just had to explain to him, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Like she could be even attracted to you, but she'd be more scared of the honor killing that her father would do on her than to be with a trash bag from Ridgewood. It's just not possible.
It's just what it is.
And now that the chains happen, she gets a little off. She gets a little when she
Are you dating a Greek?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm actually dating a non-Greek right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to admit that on the radio?
Yeah. I mean, my parents do know, but they're just like, okay, have your fun. You better end up with
Is it the kid that we saw when we getting fucking balls?
No, that was someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that kid looked,
Is the kid willing to convert to Greek Orthodox? Because I know that's a prerequisite.
Is he a New York kid?
Yeah, he is.
Is that who you went to go see in Turkey?
No. If he's a New York kid and I went to Turkey.
I don't fucking know. He's a fucking New York kid.
You
Mad
look like
dope.
So you got a lot of hard work done on the road. We were following your adventures at the office.
Yeah, it's just you and fucking bikini pics, drinking, getting drunk on the beach.
It's just she was like, I got a lot of family work to do because she's like, I'm going back to Greece. So she went back to Greece for like 3
I
weeks.
had to do my taxes.
She's like, I got a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And we just followed her
Wedding.
Instagram, and she's just like on the top of buildings in Constantinople. I still call it Constantinople because I'm a Greek. It's Istanbul, and she's like posing, and then she's at the beach. So she does a lot of hard work. Yeah, she's Upper West Side till she dies.
Yeah, UWS.
Now tell us about your week and why you're depressed. What happened? Because you look upset. Did you get broken up with?
No,
I was there when you got dumped by the Spanish boyfriend. Fine, edit it
You're
out.
not the first one to ask for the cackles. Don't worry.
Can you please edit that out?
1,000%.
1,000%. Make a note of the cackles.
No, we will. It'll be funny that sometimes I like to say something I know will be edited out because now
he can't help it.
Now we're
his
back.
whole family's not talking to him because he thinks he's
and
said
it'll
it.
just
And
be
I'm not
it'll just be
exaggerating.
hyena cackles, and then the fans don't know what we said.
Yeah, here we go. And we're back. There we go.
But me and the Spanish guy are talking again. We're friends.
Oh, you guys are back?
We're
I like that
friendly
guy.
again.
I
We're
genuinely
friends.
thought he was.
A lot worse to himself.
Cackle that out again.
Yeah,
I
with
guess.
cackle and with
whole minute to take it out.
Mike's just
Like
gonna
I said,
take from minute 54 to 56. Just cackle it all
Here's
out.
what it is, Matteo. I've said our podcast is sort of like, if you ever watch football, you know how they keep, like,
I'm
if you keep getting a penalty, the ump will keep putting it 5 yards back. That's where
I've
we are.
seen the halftime shows.
Okay, well, it's like at a halftime show. When,
By the way, nice win for the Giants.
You know when
yesterday.
one dancer is off and it makes all the other dancers off over and over again?
there you go. That's what it is.
I don't watch dance either.
I don't know.
And we're back.
Like when
And we're
Mariah
back.
Carey wasn't
Matteo-
on track with her lip syncing on New
Yeah,
Year's.
why are you depressed?
Why are you sad?
I'm not depressed. It's not even worth me getting into.
Are you
It's just-
sure?
It's self-saboteur where you're like, you feel like, oh, what am I doing? What's going on? That bullshit that every comedian goes through where we feel like it's like, what's the next thing? And nothing, I'm getting rejection and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so it's just like coming to terms
Okay.
with like, what am I going to do to survive essentially? So that's pretty much it. I mean,
Are you still upset about the hot wings?
I was
Yeah.
so pissed off.
Can we
And
talk
do you
about
know that it got so bad I started getting heartburn and it fucked up my voice that I had to get like a doctor to give me. I mean, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
That one bite out of because I have really bad heartburn.
Yeah.
And then that fucked me up. I'm
happened?
so professional usually.
Yeah. You were professional. I just think you were
No,
upset.
I was pissed and I let them know.
You told him I am not okay right now.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's the
remember that.
story?
and the director and producers were afraid to talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened was we did a Tums commercial together.
Oh yeah.
And they
As actors.
as actors, right? So they really should have just like not given us because we're eating hot wings and we're supposed. That's the whole commercial. We're eating like these levels of heat.
and they could have said act like this, but
Yeah.
they weren't. They were just no one knew what they were doing.
Yes, they wanted a genuine reaction.
Including the chefs.
So they actually, but they went from level 2 to level 3. The last wing was like from medium heat to like
1.5 million on the hot wings scale.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
And then
Said
you're
that
supposed
to
to
you.
sign a waiver because actually, if I touched my eyes, I would have had to been hospitalized.
Stop.
Holy shit.
And so they didn't let us sign. They didn't tell us. They just thought they would surprise us.
Yeah.
And I'm being paid as an actor, and I'm on set. I'm trying to be professional. I'm not on fucking Fear Factor. Oh, I threw the biggest gay fit. I was fucking pissed, and I'm still pissed.
Yeah. I actually
Wait,
returned
they had
my.
you sign a waiver before?
No, we didn't. You're supposed to.
Yeah. I actually returned my money because they said I already got paid watching Matteo throw a fit because that's how much I enjoyed it.
I was
'Cause he was pissed.
furious.
Yeah.
And I'm very professional on set, but oh no, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
And the director like came up with his tail between his legs to be like, we did say it was going to be kind of spicy. I said, not that fucking spicy. I'm
Yeah.
fucking pissed. I'm hired as a goddamn actor. How goddamn disrespectful. I mean, I was like pissed.
I like
threw
when you
a
said,
scene.
yeah,
you.
my favorite was, I just remember you saying, I'm not okay right now. And
Yep.
that kind of
I'm not okay
encapsulated,
right now.
that encapsulated what it was. But yeah, the heat was crazy.
I started involuntary crying
Yeah.
and coughing,
But
and then
did
they
it-
were screaming, "Don't touch your eyes!"
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, "What is this?"
Did
I
you
was
tell
so
your agent?
humiliated. Yes.
And what, did they fucking take care of it? Good. Yeah.
I was pissed.
Good.
yeah.
And Yannis was just sort of dealing it with he was like laughing but
Well,
upset.
because he's fucking dead inside, Yannis.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have feelings, I mean,
I'm also probably more of a control freak than you are.
Yeah.
So you're like you're like whatever.
but maybe
like,
you
I'll
could
do it.
take, maybe Giannis could take
And-
more heat than you.
You can because I could not.
Yeah. In your defense, it was extremely hot.
It wasn't even like
I
it's
couldn't
not
even get one bite in. I took one bite and I was like, I'm
But
done.
how could they do that to somebody and like expect it to go okay?
They wanted a natural reaction from us. you
Which
know?
they should have said. Do you want to try this? If they gave us the option and we could at least prepare ourselves, it would have been maybe more fun. But like to surprise us, like come on, you hired me on as an actor. I'm not. This is not Joe Rogan's Fear Factor.
Right.
What
Exactly.
are you eating?
Exactly.
Oh, it's a testicle. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right,
it was
right.
ridiculous. I'm still mad about it now. Look at my body
Yeah, I
language.
know. That's what I was saying.
I'm
Like,
furious
maybe
about
Did
it
that
all
check clear
started
though
there.
yet?
We had a great day too.
Yeah.
Chilling and chatting and talking like in these.
Were you down by the water?
No,
No,
we were in
Williamsburg.
Williamsburg. We had these great like conversations about comedy and life and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful.
You were tired though after that, right? Because when you get Yanni on a roll, it's fucking mentally exhausting.
No,
you just
I
need to
thought
take a
Giannis
nap.
was great. He was like very chill. And
Yeah.
we just had that. And we haven't ever had a chance to like sit and chat.
It was very nice.
So it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Matteo the minute I met him. I
Yeah.
really did. I'm not just saying that.
That was nice of you.
You have a-
I like both of you the minute I met you.
Yeah, you have you seem like very reasonable and realistic and just down to earth and nice.
Unless you give me
And
hot
smart.
sauce.
Unless you get hot
Also,
sauce.
Matteo's a good judge because obviously we live in a very PC world. If Matteo thinks it's offensive, then it is offensive.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I'm very rarely offended by
But-
things.
but-
Not to say that people can't
that's
be
what I'm
offended,
saying.
but I always forget. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm also a comic.
No, I would compare you to Venetia in that way, where it's like if you guys are both like in like younger, you're gay, she's fucking woke and dope. So it's like if you guys say, you listen, but they're also very much like, but all of you guys very. It's not like you're not using this PC stuff to like further your career or anything like that. You're like normal people that if you're not hypersensitive to it. So if it crosses the line and you guys say it does, then I believe that it's apology worthy.
Well, I don't know. Right now it's a very strange time. I even got shit.
You did?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
everyone.
I stopped tweeting now because of it.
What happened?
I tweeted a joke that we did the Comedy Central seller show, and one of the topics was Mike Pence. So I wrote a joke where, because I was the only gay, I thought, okay, well, they're always talking about how Mike Pence wants to send us to prison. So I said, if the government came to my door and said, we're going to take you to gay prison, I'd say, sign me up. You
Yeah.
want me in an island alone with gay men? I'll come,
Yeah.
and I'll recreate every musical scene from Chicago. And, just like a stupid, dumb joke, clearly being ironic
Right.
and sarcastic, which I now call Twitter Amelia Bedelia because they take everything so seriously.
Right.
So then I never post my tweets because all these comics are doing it, or like my jokes. And so I
Yeah.
thought, well, I'll try it. So I just tweeted it, and it got the attention. I got 200,000 views in a day, which I thought, this is so cool. No wonder why people do it. Then a huge like blogger will like put out, and good for him. That's his life. But he put out that I was dangerous and that I was supporting gay men going to prison and that I wasn't aware of Chechnya or Uganda and what's happening to gay men there.
Oh my
and
God.
then I started getting thousands of tweets by being canceled. Matteo supports gay men going to prison. Mateo's the problem with America. Matteo is, and I thought, okay, Did we take sarcasm out of the lexicon? Like, can I not be sarcastic about this?
But do you know what I think it is now, truly? And I hope that this changes. It's like there's Twitter, like almost,
which I hate. I'm off it.
No, but that it's almost like that's another realm. Okay.
Right.
So like like when Shane Gillis gets fired or these things happen to you, it's things happening in that realm that are affecting the real world.
What's crazy is someone like Shane Gillis and myself, when I'm not going to comment on him, but it's just like we're treated the same.
Right.
And I believe we're two people coming from two wildly different stances.
Of course.
And so we're treated the same.
Because it only exists really in that world. Because I'm sure nobody in the actual flesh ever came up to you and had a problem with that tweet. Nobody. And there's thousands of people around. So you would think the odds are somebody will see you in the flesh that saw that and but nobody will, because nobody truly cares. It only exists in that realm.
Right.
It doesn't exist in this one.
I was trying to write a joke about that.
But you can get fired in this one.
Right. Because
which is
of
wild.
That one.
Which is nuts.
And two, I thought, Twitter is the same as World of Warcraft. In World of Warcraft, when you open up that laptop, you are in a world, it exists, people are there, there's trolls, no pun intended. I mean, there's like this whole world you're living, but the second the laptop closes, that world's gone.
Sure. Yeah.
And you're back in the real world.
Yes.
And I liken Twitter to that.
Yeah.
I think when you open up Twitter, then suddenly you're in the Twitter world. And then when you close it, you're back in the real world. I've not met, I don't think, and you and I even talked about things that you and I disagreed on. It was a pleasant, normal conversation. I think generally speaking, in the real world, those are the types of conversations that you're having. It's okay to disagree with people.
Sure.
That's fine.
Well, that's what it comes down to. People, everyone's a child now. We don't have to grow up. Growing up means you have to sacrifice, be uncomfortable. Nobody wants to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Live for another generation. Nobody's doing that. So everyone's living for themselves. So it's like nobody's growing up.
Well,
and a grown-up knows you can have a talk with someone,
right?
And you can disagree with them. Like you disagree with people in your own family. You don't fucking cancel your dad.
Yeah.
Half of these white women who are screaming about, half these white women are screaming about stuff like their mothers voted for Trump. Close to 50% of the white women in this country voted for Trump. Right. You're going to cancel your own mother? So it's like you expect a complete stranger to agree with everything you say?
I also think it's a type of narcissism to expect that someone you don't know who is an artist is supposed to bend their thinking so you're comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it too.
And I liken it to
that's why you don't comment on anything they say.
No, I don't.
You take the power right away from them.
And I also think it's like going to a museum and yelling at a painting. It's like the painter is... Art is meant to provoke. Art is meant to not be agreed with. Art is meant to challenge your thoughts. And so, like Dave Chappelle's special, I don't agree with everything Dave Chappelle said, but what was great about it was that it created a conversation and got people talking again. And that's what art is meant to do. If everything... largely the conversations are things about identity politics and racism and sexual assault. Those are big topics people are talking about. It's wild to think that we don't want comedians to comment on them.
It's wild that you want to cancel that.
It's wild that we're valuing saying the correct thing over the honest thing.
But
it's like, do you want Shane Gillis to pretend that he didn't grow up where he grew up, or Matteo to pretend like he's not a gay man? Or
that's the thing too, is I got attacked by gays and then straight people also. So I have like nowhere to go.
Well, it's like, look at when Andrew, I know you don't want to talk about, you don't have to say anything about it, but even like with Shane, when Andrew Yang tweeted, hey, I'd like to sit down. He's a young man. I'd like to sit down and correct his thinking. Andrew Yang got so much hate tweet. How could you be supporting him? It's like, so the guy is trying to make the world better, but the outrage culture doesn't want that because they only have jobs if people are mad.
Do you understand that the other other countries,
absolutely,
the other advanced countries in a lot of ways, I think they suffer from some of the same things, but there's a lot of people also, it's kind of getting embarrassing.
Sure.
It's like a comedian, like a presidential candidate is tweeting he wants to sit down with a comedian.
It's brutal.
To talk about, I mean, what the fuck is going on? Also, like the president is fucking tweeting like typos and is hilarious and a douche. And that's another thing. People saying Shane's a douche. I don't know him. Maybe he is. Do you know who can be very hilarious? Douches.
Yeah.
I know a lot of fucking assholes who are very hilarious.
Yeah.
You don't have to like a kid or what he says or agree with it to fucking not think he's funny or not funny.
They say Chevy Chase is the biggest dick you could ever meet in your life. Everybody loves his fucking movies.
What if Shane Gillis donates to the homeless, but he says those things on a podcast?
It doesn't matter.
We live in a gray world.
To establish the difference too, like I can't actually comment on Shane's act. I've never seen it, so I won't. What I heard on the podcast.
Once he was really funny.
what I heard on the podcast, I didn't particularly like. I'm not furious over it, but you know, was it a strange pick for him at SNL? I mean, all of it seemed very odd, but I just think we've come to a time now where it's like we have to sort of pick and choose where the outrage is going to go. You know, comedians, generally speaking, are supposed to take everyone who is up in the air floating around and whip them right back down to earth. And we're supposed to be in the center of everything, bad and good, point it out and say, you're all idiots. That's what comedy is supposed to do. We're supposed to have a sense of humor about ourselves in some regards. And I think we've gotten to a point now where, like, you know, everyone brings up this example, and I was listening to Mark Norman on Joe Rogan. He brought up a great example where it was like, we will buy books of murderers, we will watch movies of murder reenactments, we will wait in line to see murder. We have TV shows about murderers, and we can't even make jokes about things that aren't real. So it's just we've come to a very strange place, and it's like, you know, I've gotten to a point now. It's like if I'm gay and I can't even make jokes about being gay.
Sure.
What are we doing? Like,
because their side comes from they're all one side. It's like you and Shane saying they're two very different things, but their mission is the same. It's like, I want to get somebody canceled, so I get the.
And sometimes it's justified. Sometimes
it
to
is.
cancel people, whatever that means, there is justification. Sometimes, like, look, we can protect comedians or say comedians can say what they want. It doesn't mean that we have to say we don't have to play the same as the cancel culture and say Shane did everything fine. Because there's also an in-between. You can say, well, that wasn't particularly nice.
Right. Unfortunately, that side doesn't do that.
Right. So we're all just too extreme.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't think what he said was funny, and you shouldn't say a word like that, but I also don't think the kid should have lost his job.
I just don't know why it's national news, which is embarrassing to me.
Right.
That's what comedian, look, you can't have tightrope walkers. We're essentially tightrope walkers without nets. You're going to make bad jokes.
Yeah.
Right. And in order to make good jokes, you got to make bad jokes. Losing in our field means offending or making bad jokes. But look, you're offended. Be a grown-up. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's a child. It's like life is going to throw a lot worse at you than Shane Gillis trying to get attention.
Well, the problem is two things.
Why is it news?
Everyone is this. Fran Lebowitz brought this up. Everyone is this, looking at their phone. That's it. They just stare at it. So wherever you are, you could be on the Great Wall of China. If you're looking at your phone, that's where you are. Yeah. And so because we're so into our phones, that's the world we live in. And Fran Lebowitz brought up a great point. She's like, the only place I'm shocked that being offended and language control is a leftist position. She said, the only place that I am not offended is in my apartment because I picked everything in that apartment. Outside of that apartment, I am prepared to be offended because it is the real world. Yeah. And if you're offended, then go out and say something more offensive than them. That's how we move on in life. Right. You know, and it's true. It's like there's certain times that it's a million stand-up shows and gays are the butt of the jokes. And do I like it? No. But do I think that they actually hate gay people? I mean, I think, you know, the audience will decide. I hear audiences not laughing at the word faggot now. So the audience is telling that person, you have to change this joke. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, and to me too, it's like, what's the point of saying certain words? Are you saying it because it fits with the joke? There's actual meaning behind it, or are you trying to be risque? Right. If you're just trying to be risque and get away with it, I think you've lost the trust of the public.
And a good comedian wouldn't do that. A good comedian is all like, you know, be smarter than that, you know? Right. Don't make your punchline that. Unless it's some unbelievably crafted joke about that.
Right. Like, but the story you told about the two gays and this, I don't hear anything offensive in that because you're just telling your point of view. Right. You're not coming at it with like a specific angle being like, oh, you know, I want to say how do I get away with saying AIDS or faggot or whatever?
Yeah. I'm just repeating what they said.
You're just repeating a story that happened to you. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope that we've come to a place where we sort of like chill out and realize that our phones aren't as real as we think they are. Sure. And come back to life. Because we do, you know, the interesting thing is we're at comedy clubs every night in front of real people, 300 people a night after night after night after night. And we're not getting the same type of response that we're getting on Twitter. So there's some gap.
I encourage you. Colin Quinn did this and he told me about it. When he went to Italy,
fucking do you?
Yeah, I went to fucking Italy. He went to Italy. He went to Italy, and he was like, they just both made a choice, him and his wife, to not document any of it on Instagram. Right, none of it, just none of it.
Well, that's because he's 70 and he doesn't know how to work the buttons.
No, but he was like, you would be surprised how much more stuff we saw naturally. Like he said, they saw like this bird like soaring and it landed on some fucking steps. I don't know what he said. It's hard to understand. He mumbles. And he was like, you know, all the people missed the bird because they had to put their phone down and be like, where? But he was like, me and my wife saw it.
Yeah, but you know what? Me and you were a couple of millennial kids where you are at least.
Yeah.
And if you think we're not going to the French Alps or the Italian Alps and we're not taking a selfie with the sunset, you got another thing coming.
Well, it reminds me of Miss Coco Peru, the drag queen I was talking about, when she plays Grand Theft Auto. She's literally playing and she's like, she sees someone texting in Grand Theft Auto. She's like, you're texting. Have you seen The View, darling? She's texting. That's the problem. These kids don't have an attention span these days. And then she starts beating the shit out of her. She's like, that's what I want to do. I want to walk around and beat the shit out of people texting.
Yeah.
Go to Coco Peru Grand Theft Auto on YouTube and you will lose your mind.
Coco Peru Grand Theft Auto.
She plays
This is a man?
Yeah, it's Miss Coco Peru. She's super. It looks
like she looks. I can't even tell. It's
famous drag queen. Funny.
Those drag shows. A lot of those drag queens are very funny, right?
If you fast forward to just a minute, you'll see. And you know how usually they like kill right away?
Yeah.
She just walks around the house.
Yeah.
It's hysterical. Her commenting is hysterical.
That thing blinking, it's bothering me. I wish it would stop blinking. What am I doing now? Oh, that is a cold box of pizza. Oh, and they have an electric tea kettle. I own an electric tea kettle that I bought at Costco. One of the best buys I ever got at Costco. I don't have time for gas tea kettle anymore. You know? Do I hear flies? That pizza's been out a long time. Oh, look, juice. I bought a nice juicer at Macy's. Look at that. Come on, honey. Drink it down.
This is Grand Theft Auto.
A little too much ginger, honey. Less ginger next time. Let's get out. Another gorgeous day here in Los Angeles. Look at that. Oh, okay. Don't walk into the pool, sweetheart. This, my darlings, is why I live in Los Angeles. Take it in. I'll stand here all day and enjoy this view. I'm rich. Look at my house. Oh, I'm running. Why am I running? I need to get out of here. I need a car. There's my car. I like a nice sedan and drive this car. There we go. Here we go. Okay. I guess I'm not going. I'm getting out of the car. There, I'm getting back in the
She doesn't
car.
kill anybody in the show.
She eventually does start killing people.
But
But it's like a why, and then she makes a great point where she crashes the car. She's like, "I'll go get another one." She opens the garage, it's empty. She goes, "I'm this rich, and I only have one 4-door sedan."
Now you're an amazing artist as well.
Grazie.
Yeah. And
I put all my artwork up on Instagram.
Yeah.
And your butt.
And my butt. Well,
which is also your artwork.
It is. Your body is kind of a piece of art.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you want to go to @Matteo on Instagram, you're just going to see what a talented fucking brain looks like.
No, Matteo actually said something that gave me chills a little bit when we were talking.
Uh-oh.
What'd he say?
It was just, you know, the people I like the most are just individuals, are just uncompromisingly themselves.
Yeah.
And Matteo was telling me about somebody, a gay fan who had told him that they were a little disappointed that his Instagram was looking like a gay stereotype or something like that, right?
Right.
And what you said back to that person was it gave me chills a little bit. I said, yeah, Matteo's a real guy.
What did he say?
Because I break up the world into fake guys and real guys.
Well, he just and look, I love being naked, and I go to the gym, and I should be able to celebrate that. But I also put up my artwork, and I have other things to show for it. So but I was put up these pictures, and this guy messaged me, this gay guy, and he obviously is right in his own opinion, but he said it's so sad that there's so few gay comics, and the one that we I feel like that we have is like such a stereotype, and you're using your body, and you're just you're everything that gay people blah blah. And I just wrote back and I said, well, start going to open mics and become the gay comic you want to see.
Right. Yeah.
But I just want to be myself. It's like my whole life I'm being told by straight people how to
That's
live.
nice. Yeah.
Exactly. Matteo's the comic he wants to be.
But
exactly.
My entire life
Yeah.
I'm being told by straight people, you have to look a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way. Then I come out. Now I have gay people telling me the same thing. Fuck off. I'm just going to live my life how I want to live.
You be who you
And if I'm a
fucking
stereotype, I take it in the ass and I love Streisand.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Samesies.
Now, when you said you came out of the closet, now...
And we got to wrap it up soon because we're going a little long.
We're having a good time with Matteo.
No, because I got to fucking go. I got to leave soon, and we need to get pizza.
Okay. I got to go to the gym.
And Matteo's got to go to the gym. Matteo, he's been out all day.
Yeah. Where are you getting pizza?
Well, you're gonna come. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll eat it right off your chest.
Can I ask you one
Joe's,
question?
I guess,
about
right?
X-Men?
Joe's. Should we go to Joe's?
You know how like they changed Psylocke?
By the way, if you slide right, you can see how I drew it.
It's unbelievable.
Just click. It shows my process.
Yeah, here. This is.
And I was gonna say when you were in the closet, that closet didn't have any doors, right? Because I mean, you're a gay guy.
You're no doubt about it. 100%.
D1G.
D1G. Day one gay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
I'm a gold star.
Wait, Mike has a comic book question.
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
because you like the X-Men.
So
Go ahead.
listen, when I go to what's going on?
Because they have that character Psylocke who was a white woman who became Asian for some reason.
Yeah, there's two versions.
Mike
of
spends
her,
a
I
lot of
believe.
time in basements.
And now they changed it so it's an Asian woman and a white woman, and some Asian people are mad that they're whitewashing her.
I don't know. I can't. I'm not Asian. I can't speak on that anger. But
Right.
I mean, I'm sure they're justified in some way. I'd be mad if Storm was not black anymore. I'd be like, wait, what?
But what if
but
she was
also
a white
the movie
woman
industry got to
first?
sell
Supposed to be.
tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing people don't understand. It's like,
What do you mean sell tickets? Wait, for Storm?
oh, we're talking about movies?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the comic books. I understand.
Oh, the comic books. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a
'Cause
weird
when
issue.
I
With
don't give a
movies
fuck
with
about
actors
that
and
shit.
actresses, when they're like, oh, that's not their. Nobody cares when a white guy's not fucking Romanian but plays a Romanian.
Nobody
you know what
cares about white guys doing anything.
I get it.
We're done.
But it's also like I remember like
Not that we don't care about you. I'm just saying, like, if it's like
I remember there was this movie. It was called like Exodus and Kings or something, and it was about Moses. And Christian Bale played Moses, and people were outraged. They're like, "How could a white man be playing a Middle Eastern man, Moses?"
Moses
It's like,
wasn't real.
well, Moses wasn't real, and it's also like if he was real, it's like, guy, the people who are producing the movie or putting the money up are probably Middle Eastern themselves, and you're like, Christian Bale's going to sell some tickets. We don't have a Middle Eastern actor that's going to sell tickets like Christian Bale, so we got to just make Christian Bale a little sandy and get him on that fucking screen.
All right, Wei Shang-Chi, please.
Chris.
Yeah, Wei Shang-Chi.
Well, also like
Wei Shang-Chi.
Wei Shang-Chi.
Wei Shang-Chi. Yeah, it's just a character.
Wei
Just
Shang-Chi.
kidding
Wei
around.
Shang-Chi means with pain. And whenever you say guy, you might want to take the chain out.
Yeah, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it's just a character
Is that what
piece.
you said to the
I
guy
was-
who was telling you about a Hollywood production? You said, listen, guy.
I said, guy, listen.
'Cause, yeah.
the guy's going to fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, just put some fucking hummus on his fucking hole and get him out there.
here's the thing. I don't care.
Wei Shang-Xian.
Yeah, they told
What
me.
does that mean?
What do you mean?
What is that?
Wei Shang-Xian?
It
means we're
Anytime I
joking.
say something wild, it washes away.
Just means
Washes
we're
it
joking.
away. Like letting the people know that what I just said was clearly a joke, and I'm just kidding around.
Yeah.
And then Ladder 14
Is a character piece,
Very
yeah.
similar. It's a character piece. It's almost like what I just said was me, but it wasn't me. It's my alter ego.
Yeah.
It's
Got
just
it.
a way for our fans to not get offended or not have any.
I don't feel like people listening to you guys would get offended by much. No.
Well, they don't.
Well,
Not any doubt. They don't have
Not
any
today.
doubt. Like it's no doubt that we're joking. If we say Wei
No, we've
Shang-Chi
had no
and Ladder 14,
problem.
it's no
we
doubt about it. We were joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if we would have go back to Shane, if we would have said what he said, we would have said Wei Shang-Chi and right after. We still would have got fired, but at least most people would be like, no, they're joking. They said the Wei Shang-Chi.
You'd be very surprised how diverse our fan base is. It's actually pretty crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
our
it's
families
like-
are great.
It's
It's like the Howard Stern show. He always has like the most diverse audience.
No, it's so culturally. I mean, we get genuinely gay, straight, black, white, women, men,
Eastern
young kids,
Hemi.
older
Sandra
people.
Dees.
It's really
The whole
pretty
thing.
wild.
Yeah.
Which is it's positive.
Yeah.
And it's small now, but it's getting close.
Yeah.
We're getting close to that apex.
And
we have to have you two on mine and Emma's podcast.
100%.
I love Emma Willman.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
I
the
love fucking
best.
Emma
yeah,
Woman.
I
Yeah.
think you two are my two favorite gays.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What about Timmy Dillon?
Huh?
Oh, I love
Timmy Dillon, but
Yeah.
he's not a kid that I could fucking prance around with. I mean, he's a kid who acts like Tony
Yeah.
Soprano too
Tim
much.
Yeah.
is so
He's a keto kid.
So funny.
Because we got to wrap it up.
I love Tim Dillon. Yeah, I was just
Words I've never heard.
yeah. let Matteo plug what he needs to plug.
I don't know. I'll be in London at the Soho Theater
Yeah,
in
just- October. Yeah, also going to museums and just doing
Yeah.
classy shit.
And I don't know. I'm here in New York for a minute. So for the next 2 weeks. So, you
And
know.
Matteo Lane everywhere, right?
At
Matteo
Matteo Lane.
At Matteo Lane.
Matteo Lane is just an unbelievably talented guy, very
Truly.
funny comedian, unbelievable impressionist, artist. He can cook at your fucking kitchen.
He came over and did it for me.
He's a beautiful man. He can sing. He's a Renaissance artist, a
Yeah.
Renaissance comedian.
yeah.
Yeah, he's almost like they should build a comedy club for Matteo where it's just a little
They
nicer
did it. It's
than
called Stonewall.
yeah. No, I'm talking about some,
Duplex.
I'm talking about something classy where like things look artistic. There's some sculptures around, and,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
a lot of comedians aren't allowed in there.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Chris is not. If he's got to put his chain, there's a dress code.
Yeah, I'm
Chris
allowed
would
in
be
there.
allowed.
Yeah,
I
he'd
could
work the door, guy.
Yeah, I could put up the sheetrock. When we're
No, you
fucking
don't even know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, but I just look like a guy who knows how to do that.
You'll just be eye candy for the gay men because you're a fucking piece.
It's just what it is. I'll just sit there with my hole open.
Chris
Yeah.
would clean up. Chris would do very well in a gay bar.
He would.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he does it. He has a secret life that we don't know about.
That's what it is.
We're gonna find out about
That's what
it.
it is.
He's too curious. A guy. He has banged a guy in Houston.
You
Apparently,
had sex with a guy?
yeah.
No.
he blew him.
Yeah, it did.
He blew.
Wait,
it.
what happened?
Yeah, a guy in Houston.
That just fucking spun the wheel, got a fucking beach.
Wait. No, for real. What happened?
He was a
we're
Sphinx
joking.
cat. Kid had no hair.
We're joking around. I did get skull fucked by two brothers when I was 12.
Yeah, but
That's
that was
true
a
story.
sexual assault. That's not a gay experience.
What happened?
I was taking a shit on the toilet in 1996, and
They put him in a giant
12 years
football
old.
and his mom high heels and pushed him down the stairs.
Pushed me down the stairs.
Yeah.
One of the McClarney brothers sat on my lap, and the other one got up while I was shitting, so I couldn't move. And the other one got up on the sink and fucking skull fucked me for two or three pumps.
And
I
they
blacked
laughed.
out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How old were they?
It happens. 12, 13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just-
I just went to one of their weddings.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you really?
Yeah. I just,
He grew up in a rougher, he
we
grew up
could
in a
just
working
black
class.
things out. We could just black things
Yeah,
out.
that's
and
what
then
you call sexual assault. That's like that's prison discipline.
we just keep moving on. Just like I remember the
But
one
they
time
were good friends, though.
Father Bill told me to get him, when I was an altar boy, told me to go get him a larger size robe, and it was in the attic upstairs. And I just remember going up the 3 steps, and I don't remember much after that.
Blacked out.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Chris.
What are you going to do? Cuz we all got fucking obstacles. You just got to find a way to get over.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he has anxiety and has an anxiety quote on his arm. It's because the kid got molested a few times.
It's what it is. Listen, we got to wrap it up. Go to ChristyComedy.com. Yannis Pappas. Is it YannisPappas.fishnets?
No.
What is it?
YanniFishnets.com.
Go to YanniFishnets.com.
Go to Matteo Lane. What's your website?
MatteoLaneComedy.com.
MatteoLaneComedy.com. Go to follow him on Instagram at
Yeah.
Matteo Lane. Listen to his podcast with Emma Willman. What's that podcast called again?
Inside the Closet.
Inside the Closet. 2 hilarious comedians and D1Gs, and we love them to death. And thank you for doing this, man. I
Thanks
know we
for
put
having
you
me.
through an experience here.
You guys are great. I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
the
Of
show, and I
course.
enjoy both of you.
Thank you.
All right.
Make sure you go to historyyhyenas.com, follow Chris and Yannis' dates on there, and follow us on Instagram at historyyhyenas. Make sure you leave a comment and review on iTunes and YouTube. All right.
Also, patreon.com/BayRichBoys.
Yeah, and welcome back, Venetia!
Yes! Have a good day. Takani.